Hi, and welcome back to Spine and Rehab Specialists for another Wellness Wednesday. I'm Earl Hayden, one of the physical therapists here, joined again by Chris McMillen. Today we're going to show you 6 different exercises you can do if you just had an Achilles tendon repair. So we're going to show you like 3 different phases of this stuff because the recovery process after this type of surgery is pretty long and drawn out, and for the first like 6 to 8 weeks or so, you really can't even put a lot of weight or actually no weight on that ankle. So at the very beginning, what you want to focus on is keeping the rest of the leg strong. So let's say, which one's your injured one today, Chris? All right, let's say this one is the leg that Chris had a surgery on. So we can still do other exercises for the hips. Like right here, we can do some seated marching, going up like that, doing sets of like anywhere between like 10 to 15 reps, doing long holds, anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds or so. So we do seated hip flexion, seated marching. We can even do this, do exercises laying on the side. So we do the clamshell exercises. Main thing is we're just not putting pressure on that ankle, okay? So that there's nothing wrong with doing that, or doing other exercises for the other leg. So you can do all these same exercises on the non-surgical side, and of course continue doing exercises for the upper body. Anything you want to do for your back and chest to keep everything conditioned, as long as we're not putting any pressure on that foot. The next phase after this type of repair is gradually getting it, returning the foot to a more neutral position. So oftentimes we're in a boot, and that boot has a little heel lift, so we're not even able to have our foot or the heel completely planted down. So we're slowly just trying to get the foot back up into a neutral position, not even trying to chase this part yet, just slowly going right here. So from like week 8 to 12 or so, we're slowly just trying to actively get back to neutral, and then as more time goes on, trying to get that full range of motion, grinding that toe up. Okay, so we can do ankle alphabet exercises. We can also work on slowly introducing some strengthening exercises for the ankle. So we do some isometrics. So this can be done against a little manual resistance. So go ahead and push against my hand there. Okay, pushing against the outside and even pushing up. But what we're not doing just yet is doing trying to push down. At this early phase, it might still be too much stress on that tendon, okay? Main thing is just trying to get that motion back. Other exercises we can start to do is maybe doing some cycling, maybe about 10 to 20 minutes. We might have to be in the boot initially, but then getting closer to the end of that 10 to 12 week mark, we could go ahead and take off the boot and just try to restore that normal range of motion in the ankle. Now, once you're like getting closer to like maybe anywhere to like 12 to 16 or 20 weeks after the surgery, we can go ahead and start standing on that ankle and standing on that surgical side, and really want to start to restore that full range of motion back on that tendon. So we can do standing stretches. Okay, so we just do we showed this before, like we just have one leg in the back and just kind of pushing the hips forward, keeping that foot planted. So we're working on stretching out that calf and working on restoring the length of that tendon. We can also do a soleus stretch for this to emphasize that Achilles area more, just by dropping that knee a little bit. Again, making sure the heel stays planted. A good 30-second hold, anywhere between 5 to 10 repetitions should be good. Another thing we could definitely start to do to restore the function of this whole leg is doing squats, okay? So handy dandy squats, nothing really fancy here, but again, you want to work on technique, making sure we're not getting any weird, uneven like weight shifting. Make sure we're putting equal weight on the surgical side and going to whatever depth is comfortable. And of course, once you have full range back and we're far enough along, you definitely add some weights to that and load it up, get that strength back, and slowly make your way into doing more advanced explosive exercises. Cool. And those are 3 different phases and 6 different exercises overall that you could try after you've had a Achilles tendon repair. Now remember, this is a long drawn out process, so I definitely think it's good if you do have something like this, go get physical therapy, and that way we can guide you along with this. Or if you maybe you didn't get a referral for physical therapy and you still think maybe you need a benefit from that, maybe stop by and see us. We can do a direct access evaluation without that referral, and then like talk to your doctor and see if we can smooth that process out a little bit. So make sure to join us tomorrow for our Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays, where our leaders, Harry Coster and Anthony Durant, are going to go over this type of surgery in more detail, how they happen, how they occur, other precautions, and more about how we can help you with those here at Spine and Rehab Specialists.